Hey guys, this is Protoman111 back with Let's Play Megaman Legends. In this segment, it'll just be side quests and the whole like. We gotta tie up some loose ends first that we can do now, as opposed to later. Real quick, there are new buster parts available after we just finished the last sub-ruin, Power Razor, Omega Turbo Battery, Sniper Range, and Laser. What I will do probably is just buy Laser for the time being, and then we need to buy equipment such as a flak jacket. Now, as you buy flak jackets, they'll be replaced with better versions of the armor, and they'll be more significantly expensive. So, but you should try and max out your life gauge ASAP, just because, and also buy enough packs, like I mentioned in a previous episode, that will equal 1 gauge of life at the very least. As you can see there. Remember to equip your armor from the screen. If you do not have it on there equipped, you will not have it on. Same with the jump springs and your helmet as well. So, now that we've got all the bases covered, what we'll want to do real quick, make sure I put that on there real quick. Have a lot of attack, obviously, but now we want to go to the north end of City Hall. Now this is where the group of our requests will start. So, first place we're going to start is the police station, so I will meet you in front of the police station. Also, if you happen to rebuild the bank or the police station if they've been destroyed, when you enter City Hall, they will give you a video showing you that the building is rebuilt, so you can actually have access to it. The condominiums will just be shown, it won't be shown at all. They'll be rebuilt and you'll have to notice them on your own. But right now, we want to go ahead and head to the police station. There's some things we can do there right now, which will net us a couple of buster parts if we do this successfully. 1 buster part or 2, it just depends on how successful we're going to be. This is the inspector's office, and we'll talk to this dude first. Since we've been a big hero of the island, the inspector will probably want to talk to us now as opposed to before. So, nudge nudge, wink wink, we'll have jobs for you. And speaking of which, I don't like that. Will do. So, guess what we gotta do? Let's go back to the residential area and find out what's going on. It seems like the Serbots are up to no good. So we'll have to get out there and figure out what's going on. So, with that, let's just head south into the residential area and see what we can find out. So now we need to oh shit. Someone sabotaged the bomb. Okay, this is timed. There are 2 people in the area, a fat lady and a construction worker. There's the fat lady and there's the construction worker. The construction worker will mention a roof. You'll need to look on the roofs for a bomb. The lady will mention a greenhouse, which means that there's a bomb somewhere near a greenhouse. Now, it is randomized, which is a bad thing. The locations are randomized a bit, so you'll have to look around. The best thing to do is be very quick and try to have an idea where they could be. This is the hard part about it, because I had great success last time, but utter failure in my first recording. So we need to actually find a greenhouse, and then we need to find a roof. That's a red house, obviously, so you can colorblind. There's the first bomb. I can have him pick it up. Okay, that's another part we can use for later. Now time to get on the roofs and look. The bomb is sitting on a rooftop. We need to find it and quick, like, and we saw it in the distance there. The hard part is getting the hell up there. One way you can do it, since we have the jet streamers, is jump on top of the vending machine, jump over here, and try to jump across without falling off the building. So pick the bomb up, as such, and you are done, good sir. Now these two can be turned into buster parts, so with that we are done. We found both bombs. The third bomb obviously exploded in front of us. So now it's time to report back to the inspector. If you leave the area, both bombs or either bomb, if you have not found either, will explode. Any remaining bombs will just explode, and you will fail, partially at least. If you haven't found any of them, you will completely fail. If the bombs blow up and destroy buildings, you'll have to rebuild those as a consequence. If you successfully complete it, I do believe your reputation goes up. So let's report back and talk to the desk, because the desk is the inspector. So again, that side quest can be a little difficult, and that's because the bomb's locations may randomize. I've done this recording about 3 times now. I played through it once, just looking around, you know, just to see what I could find out. And it appears that they randomized the locations, because the first time I did it without any problems, it was actually in an alleyway, not sitting behind a greenhouse, and it was on a different rooftop, the other bomb. But really quickly, I'm actually going the wrong way. I actually need to head farther north. What I want to do for you guys is show you what we can make out of those 2 bomb parts. Let's call roll real quick. Have her come up here. Though both of those particular bombs make a buster gun part, we'll make them now. The Blastique we got is Power Blaster L. So this is for range and for your firepower, and this next one's for your rapid and your firepower. So one is for attack and range, one is for attack and rapid. So what I want to do real quick, and be a little suicidal while we're doing this, or being a little testing, what I want to actually do is change to Power Blaster L. No, Power Blaster R. And then we'll just switch to something else that's not as weak. We want to have energy because that allows us to have more, more buster shots per shot. See, that's 2, that's 3. So we have 3, and we have rapid now. As of right now, it's kind of slim pickings, just because we don't have 3 buster parts, but it'll get better later. Trust me on that one. So now we want to actually go up to that wooded area. Back to that shed I mentioned earlier, the one that seemed to be just empty, and there's nothing in it. There's a reason we can go there now. I will show you here in just a minute. Also, I took the time to max out the machine gun buster. Or the machine buster, it's maxed out currently. You can max out whatever weapons you'd like. I think in a later episode, probably towards the end, when we start getting towards the end of the game, I'll put the I will cycle through the weapons and show you how much is any max it'll cost you to have everything upgraded. But for the time being, it's not necessary to max everything out, or max anything out for that matter, unless you just enjoy farming Zenny. So, in this shed, you find these 3 guys. You know, these 3 kids that have been causing trouble, or trying to stop the causing of trouble. Yeah. Gang? Seriously? But at least they're nice about it, so we might as well oblige their kindness and say sure, why not. I mean, it couldn't really hurt. They're just kids. They're not going to do anything seriously bad, I hope. Requisitions officer, i.e. you're going to be stealing shit. I spelled pickaxe wrong. So, we need to get a pickaxe. Question is, where are we going to find a pickaxe? Well, taking what we know so far, the city was under attack and has been rebuilt to some extent. And there are construction workers everywhere. So one could infer that we can either go downtown or go to City Hall and see if we can find a construction worker who is nice enough to give us their pickaxe. So since we're closer to City Hall, let's go ahead and start that first and see if we can find something that way. As you can tell in the distance, there seems to be a construction worker right there. Let's see if he's nice enough for him to give us our pickaxe that we need. Sweet. Okay, so we got a pickaxe. Let's head back to the shed, and I will meet you at the shed. Okay, back at the shed. Just hand off your pickaxe to Jim. So with that, we'll come back and visit them later. It's just like City Hall. Over time, it'll be rebuilt. By the time we come back here, it'll be a little different, and you probably won't even recognize it for a minute there. You'll be like, what the hell is this thing? Okay, so now, our next order of business is going through some of the passageways that we had to use the jump springs for. The good thing about it is that they're kind of interlinked, and we'll have one additional area we can go into since we can jump higher. So what I'll do is I will meet you guys in front of the passageway entrance in front of the Cardon Ruins entrance, which I'll give you a better idea once I get there. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, to give you a better idea of what I was referring to earlier, you want to go back to the crash site of where the flutter is, and we want to head back that passageway, almost like you're going back to the Cardon Ruins, except you want to turn left at that passageway we explored a couple episodes ago. And we'll want to do a little bit more exploring. Now, the good thing about this particular entrance is it seems to have the best entrance to come through, because a lot of things seem to be linked with this, including the first passageway we came through when we first started the game. So, you want to head up this way and jump up here since we can reach it now. Of course, you find there's any in there. And you want to head through. Now this box contains an enemy in it, a couple of enemies in them. And this passageway actually leads back to the Cardon Ruins, believe it or not. And there are two holes in the wall we primarily will get Zinnia from. So with that, let's just get two holes in the wall and get the Zinnia that's out of them. Okay. And then you want to head down this ramp. Be careful, there are a couple of those small Reaver bots down here. Or there were. And they may ambush you. Nope, dropped a big Zinnia shard. Fracture shard, rather. Now heading through here, and we'll get a roller board. This is one of the parts we need for the jet skates. The other part we need is the old hover jets, which we can't get just yet. I don't think we'll be able to get them until we get to the second sub-ruin. So with that, head back out the way we came. And if I could remember properly, you want to jump across. No, you don't want to jump across. This is not the way you need to be. Now, it's a little ways away. I'll try to avoid a lot of the combat we don't need to have. Okay. We're getting closer there to where we need to be. Okay, that's good. That's just where we need to be. We won't fight him because we already know what he's capable of. Let's let him pass for now. Head this way. Now watch out for these things. They actually hurt quite a bit, so don't hit them. Or let them ram you. There are a couple ways you can go about doing this, but it doesn't really matter. We take the damage because it's negligible, especially with the Kevlar jacket we put on. Head through this winding passageway. And you want to come up here. Now this is the longer passage that we will encounter. Watch out for the two green spinning thingy bobber hoojawads, and be mindful of the hole in the wall right here. And be mindful of the hole in the wall right here as well. Just more money for us. Now if you can hear that sound, that should sound familiar to you. That's one of those green bastards we ran into in the Cardon Ruins. and they're here as well. Now what you can try and do, if you can get him to show up here, see if we can kind of get him to come around the corner. Nope, he's going to be smart about it. Now this is a dangerous spot to be fighting him in because it's so fucking tight in here. Now if you manage to stay in front of them and you stay close range, they'll pretty much just arm thrust you and you can move left and right. But they're not that difficult to fight. It's just if you don't have a big open space, they can be more difficult because they tend to rush you quite a bit. Now head down this ramp and go through the next door. And jump up here. Now there's nothing we can do right now, but we can still get an item here, which is a rapid fire barrel. Once you get that, let's head back the way we came. I will meet you next to the new area we need to get to, just because there's a lot of redundancy. So give me just a minute to get you there. Okay, now we're in the big room that we didn't very do much before, with the orange reader bots on the top that just stay idle until you get near them. What you want to do is go to the back of this room and jump up the back wall. This leads to another area we can adventure, or we can discover. Okay. Once you do that, head back the way, about this way, and just hit do the double doors. Now this is a new area, and this is an enemy we haven't met yet, at least in this game. Now there are a couple ways you can approach this. You can take the riskier route, unequip your special weapon, and kick them. This will knock them over instantly. The problem with this is it requires you to get pretty close. The other option is to shoot them until they flip over. And you can pretty much kick them and shoot them that way. It's faster to do it this way, to actually kick them and knock them over, but it's more risky because you can take more damage. And they do a bit of damage here. Now if we're lucky, the one that saw us down the alleyway will react to us and try to get to us. Now that we picked up a shiny object, we can't use that just yet. Luckily enough, the green spinner actually knocked him over. If we're lucky, we can get him flipped over again and hit. Okay, that was pretty simple. Now these can be your allies, they can hurt you just as much too. Got it. Okay, we have another one around the corner obviously. Now if they don't run into a wall and they actually keep charging, they will stop eventually, and you can use that time to kick them over as such, or you can use the time when they run into a wall. It's a little faster to do it this way if you wanted to kill them, and they do hurt quite a bit, so just be careful of that. Just a winding passageway. Of course we get ambushed. And of course don't run into them. Now if you're also good with timing, you can actually kick them just before they run you over as they're charging you. Now this next one we'll just ignore. I'll just flip him over and ignore him, because you get the idea by now how we can take these guys out. Alrighty, so as you can tell, kind of a dead end. We can actually destroy these walls with another specific weapon. When I get to that point, I will. It's not the drill arm. I believe we can do it with another weapon, but for now, leave it alone. You want to come into this room and go into this passageway, and we'll pick ourselves up another item, which is a pen light. This is used for a special weapon. For the most part, this seems to be what was most important. Just these passageways with these items. And if anything, you can come in here later, much later. Like if you just want to get to the end of the game and then come back through all the passageways and then find things, you can do that as well. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this segment done. Next time, we're going to figure out what we need to do with that nice big yellow refractor we picked up in the previous sub-ruin. So, this is Protoman 111 signing off.